Mm. Hello there, everyone. My name is Soul Super 17 here, and let me go for this like usual. I do not own this picture, and this is not a paid video. Alright, okay. Um, I have a few things I'm gonna probably do. So, a certain day is coming up, a very special day for me, and so I'm making another video tomorrow. I'm probably making two videos. One's gonna be tonight, so it's gonna be like upload to something in the morning. And then the other video is gonna be somewhat in the morning, afternoonish, cause it's a celebration of something, and I may make a what if a Soul Super was in there, was in the My Hero Academia universe, and I can be the reincarnation of Izuku Midoriya, or I can live alongside, Izuku, Bakugo, and all that. But that is a maybe. Alright? I'll even put in the community tab of why I'm thinking of doing it. It's kind of a gift from me to you guys. So, yeah. But anyways, I know where we're at. We're at the sports festival, and they just announced the obstacle course, and I know Carnage can make wings. So I'm thinking of not having that happen, but not until we get to the ravine. Just because of why not? So yeah, but anyways, let's start the video. Okay, so as the obstacle course was, oh yeah, I forgot. This is what if Deku got Carnage, part 4 or 5. I think it's 4. Not that it is 5. Alright, okay, anyways. As Midnight announced, that is an obstacle course. Carnage is just thinking, this is too easy, partner. We can easily outmaneuver everyone here. And Deku just says, yeah, but where's the fun in that? Let's act like we're losing. Let's be all the way in the back. And then we just blitz it. As basically, Carnage just thinking, Carnage says, not thinks, he goes, well, that sounds like an excellent idea. I can't wait till we see everyone just in shock. So, as everyone's getting ready to run, Deku is just standing there, Momo coming over, just saying, what's your plan? He just tells her, I'm planning to stay behind and let everyone be ahead of me, because this is going to be too easy. And then Momo just looks at him weirdly and goes like, wait, is that a bad plan? She goes, you're fast, but come on now. It's, you're not going to be that fast. And he goes like, true. Just be ready, alright? She nods. And so they get ready, as now when Midnight says, get ready, set, go! Oh yeah, I even forgot Aizawa and President Mike said about the most challenging obstacle so far. It was the door. They say that as everyone's running, Todoroki starts freezing. Deku kind of had the spider sense. Well, he's able to see everything. So not Venom, because Carnage. So Carnage just tells him, Izuku, Todoroki, he goes, I know. As he just, Momo's right next to him, so he grabbed her, picked her up, and just jumped up into the air. As everyone's just seeing it, as the whole entire ice is just, frees everyone. He's thinking, I didn't get Midoriya, but that's alright. So basically, he's already out the door. Bakugo's already out the door. Bakugo saw Momo and Deku up in the air. He's thinking, nerd, how dare you steal my ex-girlfriend? He's just still on that. And Bakugo's gonna get beaten. He's gonna get beaten. I won't have him even transform. That's how beaten he's gonna be getting. Just want to point that out real quick. But anyways, so everyone sees Deku just like jumping on. President Michael's like, whoa! how did that kid jump so high? Does he have superhuman strength or something? He goes, yes and no. It's a part of his quirk. It's a unique one. It's very different. I don't know how even someone came and have a quirk like that, but hey, it happens. And so basically, when they see Deku just stick on the wall and just start running on it, they're like, wait, what? What? And person might looking and go like, can he do that? Is that part of his quirk? I was like, yes, it is. Now shut in, just watch. That's my favorite student right there. I've ever see him just win this. So right when like Deku like jumps off the wall, he lands and puts down Momo, and he just says, "Sir, try to keep up with me, will ya?" And she just smiles and goes, "All right." And she creates like some, let's say, some roller skates. As she says, "Do you mind?" He goes, "Sure." As basically a tendril just comes around her, and she says, "Thank you," and she just smiles and he goes like, and he just blushes. He goes, "Sure, no problem." So basically, what happens is, she puts on the rollerblades and the roller skates, and he just starts running. So basically, he's helping her out, and President Michael's like, "Wait, is Razorhead? Why is he helping out Miss Momo Yaoyorozu?" And he goes like, "Oh, they're dating," and then President Michael's like looks back at the screen, looks back at him, goes like, "Are you serious? They're dating?" He goes, "Yes." Even though he has a past that's troubled, and he's been somewhere, he's somehow the most skilled, dangerous, funniest student I have ever met in my whole entire life. And believe me, my entire happiness seems like it's fake, but not around her. So, honestly, I don't care. As long as he doesn't make a problem for me, he can do almost anything. He actually literally changed the worst student in my class into the most potential student in my class. And then Mike says, wait, who was that?" And then he says, "Mineta." As they see Mineta just running. Let me tell you this, Mineta, he ain't no like freaking short person no more. He's tall. He's like everyone else now. He's tall. He's muscular, and basically he looks way different. And so he's just running. As some girls in class, when they can't like just like realize that's Mineta, they didn't remember because he looked so different. He spent these 2 weeks just training, and resting, and even studying too. They can't remember. As then when someone's actually from class 1B was actually about to throw an attack on Jiro, Mineta threw one of the balls on his head at their hands, and he's like, what is it? He goes like, don't mind it. As next thing he just snaps his finger as it explodes. Let's just say he learned he can do that. As Jiro's thinking, "Thank you, Mineta?" As he's just running, and she just stops in her place, and she's like, "Wait, Mineta?" The way he looks is so different. Like he's taller. He has a lot more muscles. His hair somehow. I mean, his hair kind of grew out a little bit more for some weird reason. I don't know. I'm just saying like, it just happened. And I don't know much about Mineta's like parents, so let's just say in this one, they supported him for trying to change, and they helped out wherever they can, any way they can. So yeah, that's another reason why. So Jiro snapped out and run, and she's talking to him while they're running, and he's just saying like, "Yeah, it's all because of freak Midoriya. He's not really a bad guy if you don't piss him off." And she nods, and she still can't believe it, and so, but while that's happening, Deku and Momo are just like, Deku's running, Momo's just, going along with it. As basically, what happens is, right when they see a whole entire ice thing of, like, from Todoroki freezing a, robot, as Deku just says, "Hey, can you go without me?" And she just nods, as, he just, like, flings her forward as she just then rides off. And he just says, "That's my girl." Because he's actually kind of proud that she's actually, she was actually like showing a lot more potential over time. He has really come to love being around her. So, because the robot's about to fall, that's why he threw her over. Well, actually, just slung her over to be in front of like Ito's like in fourth place. So it's Momo then Ito now. So yeah, as the robot basically is fallen, Deku just all of a sudden turns out as a tendril. Well, not a tendril, the carnage, like hands. Like the symbiote starts to cover his arm. As then he goes, eat this. And then he just right when the robot's head came towards him, he punched it, sent it flying. So I'm saying because of that, because he worked out more, and Carnage got a lot stronger too when he's in the symbiote. So yeah, so he sent it flying a few feet, just like a few inches, which everyone was shocked. And there's multiple robots, and then he just sends out multiple freaking like symbiote bullets. His fingernails. He just throws them at the robots as they just explode, and he just sees the class, everyone else coming. He goes like, "You're welcome," and then he just starts running. He gets out of the symbiote suit and just starts running. Actually, no, he just like has the symbiote suit on his arms and legs. As he catches up to Momo, he goes, "Sup?" She just says, "What took you so long?" I was like, "Geez, I'm not that fast." There was like more than one robot. He goes, "So you took on all of them?" He goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You're so predictable." He goes, "What? Don't like me showing off?" As he smiles and she blushes, she goes, I don't mind it. It's just I wish I could have seen it." He goes, "Aw, thanks." And they're like, you can't believe what's happening. They literally are flirting with each other right now. As he just says, "Might want a duck." And she does, and it was like a vine. It's like a person that had like another vine quirk. Yeah, no, it's a girl that has like the vines and everything. She, tried to hit Momo, as then Momo technically like makes a weapon and just like hits it out of the way. And she makes it like a flash grenade and she just throws it. And it blinds her. It was a weaker one, so it doesn't blind her much. She just won't be able to see for a few seconds. As then, when they get to the next obstacle course, the ravine, she takes off the. She figured she would have to do something, so basically, she made it so that way they're all maneuverable. The rollerblades, so it'll be able to like. Only on like the ground stuff, but there she's gonna have a little bit of trouble. As then he just says, "Alright, hold on." She goes, "What?" He goes, "Just hold on. This is gonna be easy." And she goes, "Wait, what?" And Carnage says, "Oh, you're gonna be using that. Remember, during that 2 weeks, I forgot to tell you about that." "Oh, I think I could just create wings and all," as he says to himself in his head. He goes, "Yeah, you can actually. Let's see how good you are at it." And then basically Deku says, "See ya." And then just falls down. Everyone's like gasping as Azawa just saying, "Oh, this kid. Why do I have the crazy one in my class? Wait, that's my favorite one." And he says, "Kawasuka Midoriya!" And everyone just, as President Mike looks at Aizawa, as Aizawa just grinning, as Mike just says, "This is the first time I ever see you this excited." He goes like, "Yeah, because this kid is gonna be just gonna shock everyone." So Deku falls. Momo knows he has something planned, and right when he gets into the black void, all of a sudden he just sprouts out wings, and then after a few minutes, he just flies right back up. And then Momo just holds out her hands as she sees him, and then he just grabs her. They just start flying within the air, as everyone is in shock about it. Aizawa saying, "That kid is amazing. I knew he had something planned, but I didn't know he could sprout out wings and fly. Jesus, kid." This is why he causes the most drama, but it's so fun. As Ferdinand guy goes like, "Really?" He goes like, "Yeah." Basically, he started called Bakugo Katsuki Pomeranian. Honestly, it was so funny. It never gets old. And also, he kind of was doing like he was kind of flirting with Momo a little bit, and then he asked her out on a date, and then Bakugo tried to attack her. Then they became, and she said, "Don't don't ever attack my boyfriend again. As in, he just says, and they weren't even dating. He just asked her on a date and then became boyfriend and girlfriend the same day. As the president goes like, really? Yeah. And he goes, wow, maybe I should come in and watch. He goes like, oh, you should. And this is when the mic is off. Like, he makes sure it's off. So anyways, they say, as the president goes, alright, let me commentary around this. He goes, hello there, everyone. I did not know Izuku Midoriya could spread out wings and fly. It looks like he's helping out Momo Yadarozu. Huh, I wonder if they're dating. I mean, like, that's why I would have said if I didn't find out already. As basically, though, Momo was saying, I didn't know you could spread out wings. He was like, oh yeah, I found out that, like, last week. I forgot to tell you. He goes, when did you find out? During our training? He goes, cool. You literally forgot you weren't keeping it a secret. He goes like, maybe I was trying to keep it for a surprise for you. As she just says, again with the flirt. And he goes like, no, seriously, I'm not lying. I was trying to keep it a surprise until I forgot it. Sorry. She goes, whatever, let's just win this thing. And they fly, and he's just flying really fast. Like, he's holding her in his arms while he's just flying. And Momo's parents are watching it on TV. Is Momo's father, and Momo's father is completely terrified now. Because this kid's crazy. He did that. He knew he didn't know he had wings. Momo's mom just saying like this to him. He goes like, is that her boyfriend? And as the father just nods. She goes, why are you so scared of him? He goes like, let's just say he, and then she goes, oh, don't worry, I already know actually. Momo told me. He goes, who knew a boy like him could ever scare you? She goes, and he goes like, what do you mean? I was like, well, he is quite handsome. No wonder why Momo wanted to date him. As he just like, and then overprotective father mode kind of came on, but he even remembered what Deku said to him, so he's like, yeah, but still, there's gonna be like, he's not gonna be coming over and sleeping over the house anytime soon. As Momo's mom says, of course he won't, unless he sneaks in. And then then overprotective father mode comes right on, and he goes like, okay, that's it, I'm upgrading security. And Deku just says to Momo, huh, I feel like your dad's pissed off at me for something. She was like, what, I don't know, he may increase security. He goes, oh, that's probably was my mom, then. He goes, why? And they fly over the freaking, like, they fly over Todoroki and Bakugo. Bakugo can't believe he's flying. And Todoroki's saying, like, okay, even though I'm trying to win, I respect him. I respect Izuku Midoriya. That is cool. And so, like, they get it, like, right through the, the doorway, then, to the finish line, and as in Momojo says, my mom probably said something online about you sleeping over, or sneaking in, and that's why? He's like, oh, yeah, he's gonna probably increase security. She goes, yep. Will you be able to get past it? And he was like, easy. I can wall crawl, I can turn a bit, I can basically camouflage. Basically, I have perfect vision around everywhere. I can't even see right behind my head, literally. As she goes, wow. So, they win. They both win. They both get 5,000 points each. They had to split it, but anyways, the cavalry battle is announced. So I'm just gonna say is, Deku doesn't, need to, like, need to do anything in particular in this one, because he just has the same team, but Momo wants to be with him because boyfriend girlfriend. So then it's Deku, Momo, Mei Hatsume, and Uraraka just wants to help out, so it's Uraraka too. So that happens, and the cavalry battle goes like this. Deku and them comes up with a plan to just stall as much time as he can, and use his tendrils to wrap around people if he ever need to. Say like with Bakugo Todoroki. So they're okay with that. like he'll be like the horse. May will be the horse. Momo will be on top, and Araka will be the horse. Cause because Deku like also helped her train with making non-lethal weapons. So like a gun that will have BBs, so a BB gun, basically, and like rubber bullets too. And basically, Aizawa will also kind of like was watching in secret along with Nezu as they kept an eye on them and what Deku create and what Momo can create. So, and as the cow battle goes on, Deku and Momo do create stuff which people aren't shocked by this. As President Michael's like, "Whoa! I didn't know Uzuku Midori could make stuff like Momo." And as Aizawa says, yes, actually, he can create anything he needs, but it has to be a non-lethal weapon. So like anything that's out of a wood, it can't be a lethal weapon. As long as it's not that, then we're pretty much okay with it. A Momo can create lethal weapons and non-lethal weapons. That's the key difference. And he goes, huh? So what can he create? He says he can create basically a BB gun or a gun with rubber bullets. He prefers BB guns because they hurt more. As he goes, whoa, Azal, you sure he's a hero? And he goes like, of course. He took down villains and killed the creature that was made to kill All Might, a Nomu. That guy with the hands on his face said. No one got hurt because of him, so I'm sure he's a hero. And he goes, alright then. As he also helped Momo train her quirk, so now she can create the exact same things he can create. As he goes, so that means Momo Yanarosa can create a BB gun. A BB gun then. And he goes, yes. And watch while they work. As Deku uses as he creates like 2 BB guns and just use the tendrils to like basically like shoot at people who are coming near them, as Momo does the same thing. And May just like when Bakugo was coming around, May and Araka do use their technology while Araka uses her quirk. Well, I don't know. She gave it to Momo. Momo uses it, and so what happens is they're up in the air. Bakugo comes around. He goes, Deku, and then Deku just like creates a freaking. No, I was gonna say he creates just a freaking not thunder, a freaking wooden sword. But let's just say he creates. Yeah, he creates a wooden sword while Bakugo kind of like tries to hit him. As Deku then all of a sudden drops down and just like right when the Bakugo throws an explosion, he dodges it in mid-air, like spins and then hits Bakugo right in the side, send him flying. And all Deku has to do is just shoot up a web and Momo just grabs it. And she pulls him up and basically he just sticks right back while he uses the tendrils to hold himself up there. And as he like comes right back together, as everyone is shocked by this, Bakugo was hit like with a lot of force, so he almost got out. As he comes back over to his team, as they say, it's Kirishima, same people, it's the same people as in canon. As Kirishima says, Bro, I don't think you should do that again. And Todoroki does not see, does not have like that try to beat him because he is strong. He's thinking he's stronger than Midoriya, but at the same time he doesn't think he is. But still, he respects him enough not to attack him. So they're up there for a good couple minutes until May's jetpack is starting to burn out, and she goes, "No, my baby!" As then Deku just like tendril goes right onto it as it just like starts to like go on it. As it starts to change it, and now it go even longer. As May goes like, I didn't know you could do that. He goes like, yeah, this is only temporary. It has to be on my actual body for me to be able to use this properly. But at least I can do this. Because Momo was just even more surprised by him by every time they're with each other. So she's happy she's with Midoriya. So they win. They get down and Deku's, takes off the tendrils off of it, Momo takes off of the jetpack. As next thing you know, he tells everyone just to move back a little bit. As then all of a sudden steam starts to come out of it and explode. I mean, it doesn't explode. It just starts to like smoke, and then it stops. Like the engine run, and then smoke came, fire, and then all of a sudden it just stops working. She goes, "Oh, back to the drawing board." As Deku just like asks Momo she can create pencil and paper. As she does, as then Deku just starts writing down what Carnage was saying, what was wrong with it. As then he just gives this to her. And it's like all the components that were messed up, were overheating, what could be done to it, what could be fixed. And she says, thank you, as, she is shocked by this, as, she takes the jetpack and, she'll examine it later, she says. Which, she's kind of happy by this, because now she has, like, some reference to look at it, to see if it's actually right or not. But anyways, so yeah. So, all the fights are the same. First fight, Deku versus Shinso. Shinso says, Shinso did do the mind control on everyone, so grab the tail. I cannot say his name right. So don't like, say in the comments his name. I'll never say it right. Like, tail guy, he comes over and tells Deku about the mind control, and Deku just says, thanks. You didn't really have to tell me, it wouldn't have worked anyways. And she goes, what? He goes, trust me, it won't. So yeah, because his mind is broken. It's coming back, it's only because of Momo, it's coming back slowly. It's not gonna come back all the way. It's like half, like say like you have a pie and it's like a small piece, like a thin small piece of it. Yeah, that's the reason. That's only how big it'll get. That's only his sanity area. Now it's like in a like a triangle, so like a pizza pie shape of sanity. That's how much he has because of Momo right now, and that's it. He's still broken. So after that, when he gets in a ring, Shinso goes on about how his quirk is so amazing, how he was born with it, how he was strong, how everything is basically his. Like everything's great for him, and he has a girlfriend that's rich and has a very strong quirk. As Deku is just kind of just tapping his foot, just saying like, come on already, get to the point. He's just like moving his hand, and then she goes like, what? He goes like, yeah, come on, get to the point already. So are you gonna like start to like try and piss me off or something because you have some like type of mind control quirk or something? If so, it's not gonna work. I can do exactly the same thing, but I can just control your body. Or I can make you just go crazy. Basically, he makes like a little claw. He makes his like basically the symbiote comes over his hand as he says, I just drill this little thing into you. And it starts to morph into like a little, like one finger starts to morph into a little drill. Because it won't hurt you. It'll be just a quick little needle go inside your head and then you'll go crazy. Or you'll see the way my life was. So, yeah. So don't ever talk about how I had a strong quirk. Alright? Guy who thinks, oh, his quirk is so weak. And yet, you want to become a hero! Like everyone. Like me. Believe me, Shinso. You are unique in your own way. You let the people of society tell you if you're strong or not. Okay, you're against, I don't know, let's just say this. A person who's bigger than you, stronger than you, and more intelligent than you. If they answer a question from you or even try to talk to you, what, your quirk will activate? As Shinso was in shock by this, and he goes, that's why. And then you can tell them what they can do, and yeah. Like the match is already starting, just been a talking fest. People are just kind of like wondering why. And as I was just hearing it, was like, so let me guess. Robots, you couldn't do nothing. and there weren't probably any people with strong quirks around you. So you tried to use people, but they got the point instead of you, but you did help out some people. So how about this? I will help you to get stronger, physically wise, so that way you don't have this problem if you can't stop someone that has a stronger quirk than you. Because let's just say this: in society nowadays, people rely too much on your quirks. So yeah, quirks aren't everything. Shinso. As in all of a sudden, the little drill needle just suddenly turns back into a finger. As in he just puts his hand right into the ground, and all of a sudden he just hears rumbling. As next thing you know, tendrils start to come out of the ground, wrapping around Shinso. As then he's just then not thrown. He's just then moved outside the arena and dropped down. Deku doesn't hate Shinso actually, even though what he said to him earlier, to try and mock him and everything, he understands why. Society determines who's strong and who's weak. And then Shinso is just wondering what the heck. So he just walks over and he says, "So, got any paper and pencil on you?" He goes, "Huh? I'll ask Principal Nezu if you can come to our training sessions." Because, I technically have a training session with Momo and helping out her quirk and all. So maybe you can come along with and I can help you out. As he goes, "Why would you help me out?" He goes "I may be a jerk, I may be amongst other things. Let's just say this. I don't need a reason to help you. I just want to. That's all." And Shinso just nods his head and he just says, "I don't have any right now." Goes "Oh, then, here." And then next thing you know, Deku kind of just thinks of something. He goes "Pen," and then he just creates a marker, and then he writes it on Shinso's arm. He goes, "There. That's the time scheduled to meet us at." And he goes, "This is tomorrow." He goes, "Yep, 4:50." He goes, "Why 4:50?" He goes "Oh, no, not 4:50, 4:15. Make sure you bring an extra pair of clothing." And he goes, and he nods. So everyone's was in shock. Even there's the study group, that academics course, is shocked that he was being nice to him. Baku just can't believe what happened. Todoroki just smiles. Sero, Todoroki's fight, Todoroki does not freeze him. He freezes his feet, and then that's it. He just says, "Give up, I won." He goes "Alright." So that's it. Everything goes exactly the same way. If I think Momo lost in it, so against Tokiyami in the original, but in this one, she wins. So basically, it's because of Midoriya's training and all that helped out. And Deku was just cheering for her. So right when she won, he goes, "Yeah, Momo, just like we trained." And she just says, she nods and she's happy. So right when she comes up to the Deku just literally jumps off from where he was down, and right where the door was where she came out of, she runs over and hugs him. And people are just saying, and some guys from that aren't at UA are just thinking, "What? That cutie's with him? Come on!" Some guy, they know about him, but they're just saying, "Lucky guy." Bakugo is just, in the inside, just crying. He goes "My Momo, no." Well, now he's just "Deku." So that's just a little bit funniness happening. So what happens is, they walk together, they're just talking, chatting. Everything goes exactly the same way throughout every other fight. But Bakugo does go a little bit, does hurt Uraraka a little bit, and he was taking it too far almost. He just let out his anger because of Deku and Momo, but almost like Deku noticed it and he just ran. He just didn't care about the rules. He could already tell Uraraka was hurt and bleeding, and even All Might is about to come in and stop the fight, as Bakugo just says, "Just stay down!" As then all of a sudden tendrils just wrap around Bakugo and he's just being lifted up in the air, as everyone's in shock by it, as Deku was in mid-air and Bakugo was being thrown towards him, and he just grabs Bakugo's freaking head, face, and just then all of a sudden slams him right into the ground, and just saying, "You idiot!" And then his head is slammed right into the ground. Uraraka is like she's like nearly passed out and hurt pretty badly, and Midnight called the match for Bakugo because he won, and they didn't like reprimand Izuku, like no one. Actually, All Might did came down and says Midoriya. He looks over at him and he has that look of heartlessness and just craziness, and he says, "Well done." He goes, "Huh? You noticed the fight was going too far, and you saw the injuries on Mr. Young Rock over here. Well done on protecting your fellow classmate." He just says, "Thanks, All Might. I thought I was gonna get reprimanded or something." And he was like, "No. Just take her to the recovery girl and then go back to your seat." And he just nods. So he picks up Araka, and Momo is just legit. Her face is bright red because she has seen. I mean, her face is bright red because she's kind of getting a little jealous, but at the same time, she thought that was really nice of him. So she doesn't know if she should feel jealous or proud of him. And Mina just says, "Oh, Momo, are you jealous your boyfriend saved another girl?" She goes, "No." And she goes, silent for a few minutes, and she goes, "Yes." He goes, "Don't worry, he only likes you." Remember, he was like, "Yeah, but still, I'm worried," and all. So, and Mina just hugs her and says, "Don't worry, he still cares about you." So he takes her to recovery. Deku takes Uraraka to recovery girl. She's thanking him, and he just says, "You're nearly knocked out. Just sleep." And she just nods and she falls asleep. And recovery girl was about to come out, as Deku's like, when she opens the door, Deku's there. She goes, "Oh, thank God, bring her over here." As he does, he brings her over to the bed and he puts her on the just put it on the bed, and all of a sudden recovery girl uses her quirk, and then she's healed. He just asks her how bad is she. She just says it's not it was really bad, actually. I never suspected that boy Bakugo would have gone a little bit too far. He goes, "It's probably because of me." She goes, "Why?" She asks why. He goes, "Oh, because I stole his ex-girlfriend." Well, more like I'm dating his ex-girlfriend and he bullied me. And she goes, "Oh, well, can you do me a favor?" He goes, "Sure, recovery girl. Anything." She says, "Beat him. Disrespect him. Show him that you're better than him. And get revenge for young Naraka over here." As he looks over at her, he goes like, "You just give me another reason why to hate him." As she nods, and then Naraka wasn't like passed out all the way. She heard that. She's kind of upset that she couldn't win. But then Deku says, like, before he leaves, he was like, "If Araka wakes up, tell her this. I'm gonna give Bakugo the worst time of his life." She may not like it, but hey, he deserves it. As he just she says, "Good, do so." So yeah, so all the second matches are announced, and it's Todoroki and Izuku Midoriya supposed to go next. As Todoroki, he was in the waiting room. Well, since he was gonna be next before his match start, he went to the waiting room, and then it was like announced for them the time to come. So right when Deku, came out, he started walking over to the arena. Endeavor, he says, "You're Izuku Midoriya." He goes, "Yeah, I am. Got a problem?" And then Endeavor just says, I need you to have my Shoto use his fire side. And Deku just says, "Oh, jeez." Like he just says that to himself. He goes, sure, I'll try, but I can't say I will. He goes like, you have to. I'll even pay you. And then Deku's eyes he just goes into heartless mode. He goes like, huh, really? You'll pay me? Do your own job as a father? Oh, Endeavor. Number 2 hero. Get a life. He goes, what? He goes, just get a life already. Quit making other people do your dirty work. Believe me, if Todoroki doesn't want to use his fire, he doesn't want to use his fire. Don't, make him. You're just a horrible father to them. He goes, how dare you say that to me? He was like, oh, how dare I? How dare you? Even try to make someone else do it. It's if he wants to. As then Ever brings out fire, and then all of a sudden Deku just grabs his, the actual neck of Endeavor and brings him down to him. And he just says, do like I care. As Endeavor's flames from his chin actually burn Midoriya's hand. And he goes, he goes, do I care about the pain? Do I care at all? As he's seen Midoriya's eyes, Deku's eyes. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't see no fear, no pain, nothing. And then he just lets go. He goes, good. You understand. Whatever you do to me, it won't matter. So, take the hint. And Deku just walks away. As Carnage just says to him, he goes like, jeez, kid. He had fire. You literally just grabbed his throat. Just to pull him down to your level. I know you're crazy, but jeez. Even Cletus would never have done something like that. He wouldn't probably scared the guy's throat at all, but oh my god. You are way crazier than him. He was like, now you finally realize. He goes, well, I mean, yeah. Also, how's your hand? And he sees Deku's hands healing, right? He was perfectly fine. He goes, I was actually screaming in pain, but you felt it, but you just ignored it. He goes, yeah, years and years of ignoring Baku's explosions. I guess him being a jerk to me actually helped me out. I won't break his arms. I'll break his legs and a rib. Hey, maybe actually punch her a kidney or... Nah, that's too far. I was going to say punch a kidney. But did I say punch her? And Carnage says, yeah. He goes, oh, I meant punch and bring the kidney. Whatever. That's too far, though. So, right, Deku comes out. He was already waiting there. He goes, what took you so long? He goes like, just your dad. Told me to get you to use your fire side. As then Todoroki's eyes, narrow him. And then he said, and then I told him basically the truth. Have him just do it himself. I'm not going to do it for him, even if he paid me. It all depends on you. I don't really care if you use it or not. It just works out in my favor. As Todoroki just suddenly smiles, he goes, thank you, Zuko Midoriya. I will use my fire side. Because of you. Because really? Let me guess. You figured out it's your quirk and not his? As Todoroki nods. And he goes like, alright. As Deku gets into a stance, he goes, bring it on then. I'm ready. As then all of a sudden, Todoroki starts throwing fire. This is the very first time. So Deku suddenly creates a sword. But everyone is in shock by it. By Aizawa just says, remember everyone, he can make non-lethal weapons. So basically that is a non-lethal weapon. And Todoroki's thinking goes like, how? As then Deku all of a sudden says, oh yeah, you're probably wondering what this is. This is a reverse blade. The blade is reversed. So basically the dull part, as he's basically dodging fire, is basically switched around with the sharp end. So basically the blade is the dull part and the flat side is the sharp part. As he explains, as then he moves his finger on it to show where the flat side is very sharp, and then the dull side has no cuts or anything. As Todoroki is shocked by this, as in Deku is able to even slice through the flames pretty easy because of his strength and speed. As Todoroki just smiling for this whole entire fight. This goes on. He throws multiple fire blasts and ice blasts, and Deku's just dodging them, swinging off of them, cutting right through some of the fire, including the ice, even using the ice to his advantage by even kicking a pillar of ice into a fire blast. Just when it explodes, then he just blocks it with his arm, with with the symbiote creating a shield, and then goes back into his arm. And President Michael's like, "Oh, wow, this is a fight that I never seen before. How is young Midoriya able to do this?" And Aizawa says, Izuku Midoriya has basically everything he has his increased durability, speed, strength, agility. He even can wall crawl and have his actually, as you can see, spin webs, along with, well, he also has, how can I say, every generation ability, as he thinks just from this one thing, as Aizawa nods. So everyone's in shock by this. Todoroki just huffing and puffing, and Deku's just saying like, "Hey, come on, is that all you got?" As you just holding the sword on the ground, like he just puts the sword on the ground and just lean on it. It was like, "Oh, come on, Todoroki. It was just starting to get fun." He goes, "This will be my last attack." He goes, "What?" As Carnage says, "Midoriya, partner, get ready. We have to do something." He goes like what? As then he looks up, goes like, "Gotcha." As then when Todoroki does the absolute zero, Deku just jumps as high as he can, spins two webs, holds the sword in his mouth, basically pulls himself up. He goes even higher, and then that's right before the explosion. So basically, that happens. As everyone sees the explosion hit the Cementos' wall. As they don't see Izuku Midoriya anywhere, Todoroki, thinks, did I kill him? No, I didn't mean to. And basically, Momo noticed Deku going up in the air, and then all of a sudden, everyone in Class 1A and Class 1B was thinking, is he dead? And Mina says, "Momo, I'm so..." As then she points up, as Mina sees Deku up in the air with wings, and he's just flying. He goes like, "All right, let's do this." And then all of a sudden, he just dives down. As he's diving down fast, really fast. Basically, he makes a sonic boom. As everyone hears this, as Deku, let's just say, he actually destroys the sword. He makes it disappear, so he does that. As then he makes the sonic boom. When Todoroki looks up, he's near on his last life. Basically, he's about to pass out. And then all of a sudden, Deku just says, "Hey, Todoroki, take this!" As then all of a sudden, he just punches. Well, he throws a punch at Todoroki. Todoroki thinks it's going to come at him and he's going to die, because that's all he sees. But then all of a sudden, Deku misses his face, misses his chest, his whole entire body, hits the ground underneath his feet, hit the ground right in front of Todoroki, as then Todoroki gets sent flying because of the impact. As then he's outside the arena, and so he just says, "Good fight. Next time, train your quirk a little bit more before you use your fire side, alright?" As Todoroki says, "I will. Can you help me up? I can't move. I'm tired." He goes, "Sure." So Deku just picks him up and carries him back to Recovery Girl. Everyone cheered for that. So, Principal Nezu, All Might, Aizawa, and Mike are amazed by this kid. Especially Aizawa, since this kid is crazy. He's funny. He does whatever he does, and basically he doesn't care. and he causes the most fun in class. So, yep. If I had a choice to make him a hero right now, I would have. So yeah. So after he takes him over to Recovery Girl, he says he'll win for him too, as Araka kind of is awake, and she says, "Can you? I know you're gonna try to make Bakugo pay for what he did to me. Just don't hurt him too badly, please." As Deku says, "Yeah, no promises." She says, "Fine." So, um, Momo wins the fight. She has to go against, I think, a couple fights happen. Momo wins one. Um, and then there's like another fight between Deku and someone else. He wins it. Then Bakugo wins his fight too. Then Bakugo wins his fight again because I forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, Bakugo wins fights. Then Deku wins his fight. Momo wins a fight. Well, Momo loses to Bakugo. So, and plus, her fight goes like this. Bakugo uses explosions right away on big explosions, which she wasn't ready for. So she gets him flying back, and she's not hurt that badly. Which Deku is kind of surprised by it, but she is hurt. So he's saying, oh, you just made a death sentence, Bakugo." And then all of a sudden his eyes are looking cold and heartless, and people around him seeing it as they're kind of a little bit terrified. Deku just walks down, gets out of his seat, walks over to the wall, jumps on it, and just jumps right towards Momo as Bakugo is about to, run over there and help her up. Just try to say try to get her to fall for him again. And then Deku just is right there. He picks her up to ask her if she's all right. She nods and she hugs him and kisses him on the cheek. And she says she's sorry she couldn't win. He just says, "Don't worry, I'll make him pay." And then he looks over at Bakugo and she just grins and says, "Just don't kill him." He goes, "I won't. I promise Recovery Girl I won't kill him." So he just walks on, he just actually picks her up, carries her over to Class 1A. And once again, is he gonna jump over the wall? And then he just starts to walk up it. So, yeah, people are pretty used to seeing that, but it's still shocking to them. And then, right away, it's his fight with Bakugo. As Todoroki and Araka come back out as a Recovery Girl is with Class 1A, and she just says, "I hope he gives him a good lesson." And Momo just says, "I think he's gonna try to beat him without his suit, or using his quirk at all." And everyone's thinking, what? Does he know he's gonna have to use it, as Kirishima says, does he know he's gonna have to beat Bakugo with a quirk? And she just goes, "My boyfriend isn't that weak. He's actually really strong." So basically, what happens is, Bakugo, before Midnight even says anything, Bakugo just says, "So you steal my opportunity to try to get my Momo back." And then Deku just says, "She's mine." Well, actually, she ain't anything. She's her own person. It's her choice if she wants to be with me or not. It's not my fault that I'm just funny, handsome, good looking, and overall a better person than you. He just makes a grin. Oh wait, no wait, no, no. What? No. Actually, yeah, no, yeah. Actually, this could work. It's then all of a sudden somebody says, "Wait, Izuka Midoriya!" As he just looks back, he sees a guy in a guy with a hat and ears. As then he says, "This is from the boss." As he just throws it over. "Not your boss, my boss." And then so Deku just makes the carnage arm and just shoots a web cat as it hits and pulls it over, and then it's just a freaking list. He unwraps it and he says, "Bakugo's Katsuki." And it says this is Bakugo's Katsuki's list. This is from Santa. He goes, "Oh, the naughty list." As Bakugo goes, "What?" As basically says, "Yes, sir. If you realize it, I'm from the big man himself." And then he said, as basically they hear sleigh bells ringing, and then he goes, and then he just like disappears, and they say, "Ho ho ho," and then that's it. And the letter says, "This is a copy of the Bakugo on the naughty list. Please use this as any way you want." And then Deku just goes, "Oh, thank you, Santa. Early Christmas present for me." uh, so, shall we begin, Bakugo? Or do you want me to read off this list? How much of a naughty person you are? He goes, "What? Why am I on the naughty list and not you?" He goes like, "Oh, let's see. Bullying, hurting people's feelings, insulting people. What else? Oh yeah, making people do what you want, like making a girl by paying her into making me feel like I am in love with her, but then hurt me right away. You know, for the fourth day, and all as he goes through, as Bakugo's like trying to throw explosions at him, and that's when the fight began. When Bakugo tried to throw explosions, and then Deku's just dodging as everyone's shot by the naughty list. It's just like full on things about Bakugo just being mean and nasty to people and just calling his mother names and stuff, and just a lot of things what he did to Deku. As anyone in Class 1A knows this, but not Class 1B or anyone else in the school, and not even the people, as people are just laughing how Bakugo is just making, he's just, but no, as Bakugo is being made a fool of, as Deku just says, "Oh, and finally, you kicked a freaking, you kicked a can into a wall that bounced off and hit someone in the head? Really? How is that even possible? I mean, I know it probably can happen, but come on." Oh wait, no, just one more thing. And then he just reads out loud, says, "Taking candy from a baby?" Okay, now that just is wrong, even for you, Bakugo. As he just says, "Shut it, nerd!" Hold on, everyone. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. As then he says, like, "So if it did all that, doesn't mean I'm naughty." As then he says, "Legit, this is the copy from the naughty list from the big man himself. You're not gonna get no presents this year. You know that, right?" He goes, "What about you?" And then he goes, "I don't care if I'm on the naughty list. Freak it." And he just throws it up in the air and just says, "Seriously, it doesn't matter if I'm on the naughty list or not. Because I don't care. You can't do anything to me. You can't hurt me no more. I'm in for too much from you, so yeah." Anyways, let's get this thing started. As then Deku just runs over to Bakugo as Bakugo throws an explosion while Deku just jumps right over him. Not high enough, but it's only high enough to go over his hand. And then all of a sudden he just grabs Bakugo by the shirt and throws him they toss him over his shoulder, and he's right onto the ground. And then Deku just starts smacking back and forth very easily because he grabbed his arm. They just starts making him go back and forth like hitting the ground. As then all of a sudden he's then thrown. As then Deku just immediately just starts running. Bakugo tries to use an explosion to get his balance. As then Deku just immediately kicks Bakugo right in the leg, breaking it. He goes, "Gah!" As then Deku just grabs him by the face and slams his head into the ground. And everyone in the stands are seeing this, like Deku is just wailing on him, and it's like he was embarrassing him. Now he's just beating him, and like Momo was just grinning at this, and Recovers Throw saying, "Serves him right." As then Deku just starts like pounding, no, he just starts punching Bakugo's face because he just grabbed by the collar and just punched him in the face. As then Bakugo tries to throw an explosion as Deku just lets go, grab his arm, twists it, and knees him right into the gut. And Bakugo's just saying, "What the? How are you so fast?" And he goes, "Easy. I'm better than you. Well, I'm gonna end this." As Deku then breaks his left leg and then kicks him right in the stomach, sending him flying into the wall. And then he's declared a winner. And Recovery Girl does heal Bakugo, but not enough for him to only enough for him to walk, but not enough for him to, Well, she found out Deku didn't really break his leg. He dislocated it. So they just popped it right back in place. she healed him, and then that was it. She went over to Midoriya and says, "Thank you for teaching him a lesson." It was no problem. No problem, Recovery Girl. It was just my duty as you asked me to, just show him why she never hurt a fellow student or a girl like that. And plus, I was kind of a little bit for Momo. So, yeah. So Deku wins. He gets, no one really cared of what happened because they were just laughing too much at what he did to Bakugo. But the Nautilus suddenly disappeared on Bakugo. No one knew what happened. Basically, magic. Christmas magic. Yeah. So that happened. They get the medals. Momo gets her medal for being third. No, it's Bakugo and then Todoroki. Yeah. So that happens. Ada gets the call about his brother. He can't be fixed. So, well, he can't be fixed by any normal means, but Deku can fix him, which I may do it. So, yeah. So, anyways, he wants to get revenge on Stain. And, the next day happens. No, not the next day. Momo, him, and her parents, and also Inko go out and celebrate for his victory. And, Momo just was holding his arm or talking to him just the whole entire time. And then, Momo's mom said, "So, have you two kissed you on the lips?" And they just said, "No." Momo says, "No, we have." And then Deku just grabs her face and just does it. And her father just gets instantly mad as he's about to yell at him. And the next thing he just glances over at him. And all of a sudden he doesn't do nothing. Inko just saying, my baby's growing up. And he goes, "Not too fast, Mom. It's not growing up that fast." And she goes, "Good." And so what happens is the next day, internships happen. They just use their name. They had to choose the hero names, and Deku's hero name, Carnage. And she goes, "Wait, why?" He goes like, "So that way I don't have to look like as he transform into his hero costume. He can just then go into this form." As then he does it, as then he goes, "This is who I look like, really." It's just Carnage talking, and Aizawa just says, "Okay, Carnage is in," and Midnight's just saying, "All right, that's a good name." He goes, he transforms back. He goes, "Thanks, Mama." Everyone chooses the exact same names. So he just goes to, Manuel, Matt, and Deku just chooses. Let's just say somebody that's in Hosu City, just because some made up hero, just some hero I made up. Oh yeah, internships. I want to say Deku got like the most. So yeah, so basically most people want him. Mama wanted to be with him, but she goes to the hero that, goes is canon. And Deku says, "Nah, no thanks." So he goes to Snipe. And let's just say Snipe, teaches him how to do combat, train him with guns and all that, as he sees Deku as being very accurate, being proficient in it. As he just asks what type of guns he use. He also says airsoft, but I create them. So he just shows him what he can create with them, and he Snipe is pretty impressed by it. So basically, he learns different combat moves. He learns different techniques and guns to use to help him out with better aiming. He learns how to make bullets bounce. Well, the BBs bounce off of stuff, so to hit another target. And they create something. He finds out that he can create more with this quirk. He can create a little bit more. He can create certain type of BBs or rubber bullets and stuff, and even knock out sleeping darts and stuff that he can make into a bullet form. As Snipe is pretty impressed by this. So the day where Deku and Snipe are with each other, patrolling, is the day of the Hosu attack and everything. and this fight with Ida. As what happens is, everything goes in canon. He tells Snipe, but he notices something. As Manuel says, "Where is Ida? Ida, where are you?" As basically he tells Snipe he's gonna go look for him, and then if he counts as a hero villain, don't worry about me. I'm just gonna beat him. As Snipe says, all right, because he knows Deku is very powerful. Nothing in comparison with his suit on. So, yeah. So he even told him about the second form he had and showed him, which most people were scared of, but Sniper just said it looked really cool. So, which was surprising to Carnage. So yeah. So his hero name is Carnage. So basically he says, Carnage, go find, as he nods and just runs off. And he also gave him a hero like a just to say like I as a pro hero, I give you permission to use a quirk and take down anyone that needs take down any villain that is harming anyone on the way to find Ida Tenya. And if so, the hero killer was there to save his life. And so he has a temporary hero license. So yeah, that happens, and Deku just runs off. 15 minutes later, he gets into the alleyway where Ida's there, and is about to be killed. Then all of a sudden, Deku just comes in out of nowhere, web swinging in, and just kicks Stain in the face. Then all of a sudden, Web binds his hands together with the tendrils and then webbing on his feet, and then binds him with his feet again, like the tendrils, and then he just says, "That was pretty easy." And then, Stain does try to cut it with his knife, and can't cut it, which is shocking to him. He goes like, "It's typical. Guys like you always think you always win, and you kill heroes. What's the deal with that?" He goes, "Here, these are all fake heroes. All my only true." As then Deku just says, "Shut it. You don't know what's true or not. You have an ideology. That doesn't even make sense. So just shut it already, hero killer." So yeah, so basically Deku sees Manuel as then Carnage kind of, comes off his feet, spurs out of each other, where he actually goes on to the pro hero and then Ida. Over the wounds and such, as they start healing, as Ida's in shock by this and everything. Hold on, everyone. I'm back, everyone. But yeah, so Ida says, "Vitoria, why did you help me? Why? It's supposed to be my job too." And then Deku just slaps him right across the face and just says, "What? Your job to kill him? You want to become somebody like him? Ida, you're supposed to be smart, not dumb." He says, "He hurt my brother. He can't even walk. He can't become a pro hero no more." And he goes, and then Deku just said, "What did I do to your hand? Your shoulder? And what I did to him?" As there's no bleeding, and he doesn't notice anything, he's just coming down. He goes, "You're letting your rage, revenge, take control of you. If you want to die so badly," and then Deku makes the claws and all, and just holds it to Ida's neck, underneath his chin and all. He goes, "Then I'll be gladly to help you out on dying." As Ida just frozen in fear, he has the look that he doesn't want to die. He goes, "Exactly. You went against a pro. Someone that's stronger than you. You couldn't even analyze the situation right. First off, know your opponent. Know what they can do. And then, strike when you can. That's all." And then it's basically, Stain isn't really knocked out. He's just going "What the?" And then Deku just suddenly kicks Stain in the face. And so he's knocked out now. So Deku's just carrying him out as, he calls up Snipe. And Snipe comes over. So right when they get out of the alleyway, Snipe is there. And he goes, "Good job, Carnage. Thank God, you were there to help out the pro hero and Ida Tenya." He goes, "Sure. Do I get any of this credit? Will I get the credit? Because if so, please, don't let me take it." As he just says, well, I did give you a temporary hero license just to take him down. And he goes, fine. Jeez, this is gonna be fun. As Carter just says, come on, partner. We got credit for this. This will show what we're really made of. He goes, yeah, whatever. Fun. So, the police come over. They say that he won't get credit for it, but then Snipe explains the situation and what he did. So he says, "Oh, never mind then." The police chief said that. So yeah, Deku gets credit. He's in the news. People are shocked by this. Momo's happy, and then right when they meet up, it was the final day. So right when they meet up, like Momo, wait, no, not meet up. Right when Deku gets to his house, he changes, just his clothing and all that. Momo's already at the door. She knocks on it, and then all of a sudden, Inko's still there and everything. She, it's Deku. Not knocks on the door. I think Momo knocks on the door. Deku opens up. He goes, "Yes, Momo." She just hugs him, and just like she's crying a little bit, but at the same time she's happy because as soon as she heard that he took down the hero killer, she wants to know how did he take him down and like if he was safe and all that and everything. Oh yeah, he even tells Ida that he can fix his brother. He'll do it tomorrow after school, which Ida was like okay with it. So yeah. So she's like hugging. So back to what I was saying. Momo was hugging him, like crying in his shirt as Inko just like saying, "See, you should have told her what was happening." He was like, "Oh, I didn't have." I tried texting her, but she never answered. She goes, "I'm sorry, I was busy." And he goes like, "It's alright. Just, just be careful. Like, just next time, answer." She says, "No, I wanted to see you after what you did." And he goes, you heard on the news." She nods her head, as then she's just kissing him on the cheek and hugging him even tightly. As he goes, "Oh God." Kind of just laughing, saying, "Well, this is your girlfriend. She's clingy." And he goes, "Yeah, but that's why she's so cute, though." He just hugs her, and then Inko just says, "Are you two gonna stay on the floor, or are you gonna come? Or you're gonna come in, Momo?" And she goes, As Inko says, "I got it." As next year, the door tendrils come out of his back, lifting him up. He's holding Momo in his arms, still, and so he just basically closes the door with his foot. And they go over to the couch. He puts her on there, and then he just sits down right next to her. She's just hugging him still. So they talk and chat. She eats over there. He has her come home. Well, he takes her home. Well, yeah, he flies her over there. Inko's parent, not Inko's, Momo's parents were waiting at the door. As he says hi to them, and she says thank you for Momo's mom says thank you to him, and he goes, "It's no problem." "Oh, bye, Momo." Actually, says, "Wait," as basically she grabs his arm when he said that, and he goes, "What? You forgot something?" He goes like, "Oh yeah," and basically, they go in for a kiss, and they only do it for a few minutes, as he backs away, says, "See ya," and then he just flies off. And Momo's mom says, "So, do you want to marry him?" As her face goes bright red, she goes, "Mom!" And she just starts laughing. Inko's father just doesn't know what to do no more. This boy is dangerous. He can do whatever he needs to. And plus, Momo loves him a lot. So, no one starts to work on him. Yeah, also, I did forget to mention, Shinzo did train with Deku and Momo. And Shinzo, was told to always train like this. He did a lot of weights, where he just did mostly on body workout, and he also told Mineta does it too. So he found Mineta, and he was shocked by he found a picture of Mineta how he was before than what he is now. They've been working out together. So Shinzo got strong during during the internships. So yeah, and we heard about the Hosu attack and all. So anyways. He was impressed by Midoriya. But yeah, So that's where I'm gonna end this off, everyone. If it's not that good, sorry, but yeah, I kind of want to save Island. I don't think I'll do Island on this one. I may just skip it. If not, then just let me know, because I'll put that in the next video then. But anyways, hope you guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and be safe, everyone. Also, let me know if you want me to make the what if I was, in My Hero, what if I was in My Hero Academia? Because I got an idea what I could do with that, so yeah. But anyways, bye everyone. Enjoy your day.